is live, uncut, unedited. Live, uncut, unedited. This is the moment we've been waiting on. Live, uncut. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. This is definitely live, uncut, unedited. All right. Live, uncut, unedited, people. Come on in, come on in. This is definitely live, uncut, unedited. All right, people. Make sure y'all share this video. Share this video. It's going to be, got some new software I'm working on. So, doing it by myself. So, hey, what's going on? Let me see if I can get some of these names real quick. Michelle. All right, hold on. Let's see what names I get. Michelle. I see Indianapolis in the house. That's what I'm talking about, Indiana. Ronnie Johnson. What's going on, my man? All right. All right. Carmen Lewis, what's going on? Michelle again. All right. We back again, people. Cara, Enron, Win. All right. We got Oregon in the house from Oregon. That's what I'm talking about. JD, I see you. Minnesota in the house. That's what I'm talking about. Somebody said, what's up, Dre? Dre Day Grant. Hello, King. All right. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Sheila Moss. Jones. I see you. Is that Dollar Jones? Dealer Jones. Okay. Rita Sykes. What's going on? All right. Is that Pettis? All right. Miss Beasley, Virginia Beasley, what's going on? What's going on? Still up. Hello, hello. Rose Miles, what's going on? Craven, what's going on? This is live, uncut. LaShawn, we're going to get right into it. Glad she arrested. All right. Latoya, I see you. I see you. I see you. Sonora, I see you. I see you. Pool, I see you. Anika Pool, I see you. Oh, they coming in fast as I can tell them. I tell you. All right, Jewel, Christina Love, I see you. I see you. Vicky, what's going on? Paul D. Boss, what's going on? Minneapolis in the house. Craven, I see you. I see you. All right, Sharice Bridges, yes, 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 yes. Marcus Robinson, what's going on, Marcus? I see you. I see you. Ashley. No, that's Kyra Miller. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Trust, all right. Kitty Moore, all right. Linda Williams, what's going on? Was that Virginia South Fork? All right, that's what I'm talking about. This is live, uncut, unedited. We here, we here, we here. Misty Jones, I see you, I see you. Vicky, hey, from Calumet City in the house. All right, Sid Dockett, yo. Sylvia Hazelwood, I see you. Pittsburgh, Virginia, I see you, I see you, I see you. All right, it's how you gonna order another piece. Not tonight. Not tonight. I had me some salmon today. Some salmon, some potatoes, and some broccoli. Went to Applebee's today. All right, Judy, what's going on? I see you. I see you. I see you. I'm good, Yvette. What's going on with you? Clyde McCullum. What's up, Clyde? What's up, man? I see you. I see you. Talia Heron. I think I pronounced that right. All right, Cheryl Walker. Elgin in the house. That's what I'm talking about. Live, uncut, unedited. All right, people, let me get on to this program for there's so many of you guys on the live right now. It's a couple of hundred. We can get started. For those that don't come in there, hey, it is what it is. And of course, we got 2 call-in numbers today. If one line goes dead, busy, call the other line. Okay, the other line is 872-299-0808. So that's the backup number, just a temporary number because we have so many calls and we can't get everybody in. So I'm going to merge the calls together and try to get many as people I can. And do me a favor, try to tell your story as swiftly as possible. Y'all know I don't like to rush nobody off the phone. I like you to express yourselves. But do me a favor this time. This is definitely live, uncut, unedited. All right, let me bring y'all. Well, let's bring y'all in one person. Let's bring it in. I'm trying to see which direction I'm going to go. Okay, I'll go this direction. What you see on the screen. Okay, hold on. All right, let's start it right here.
Like, yes, I would love to be. So it's going to be exciting, to hear from this investigative journalist who has been, talking with authorities, who's been exposing the corruption that's in this case. So without further ado, I want to bring you guys Mr. Gerardo Zuniga up. Hello, Mr. Jurado.
Hola, ¿cómo están? Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
How are you? Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell him that I'm going to call him by his last name because I don't want to get his first name, misconstrued because I'm still from the hood. All right.
Te va a llamar por tu apellido. No quiere.
This is the North Carolina
no puede
beat guy.
pronunciar bien tu primer nombre, así es que te va a decir por tu apellido.
No problem, no problem.
No problem.
All right.
Awesome. Mr. Rado Zuniga, I'm going to try my best. He is an investigative journalist at MetropoliMets.com. He has been uncovering the corruption that's happening in this case.
Él quiere introducirte. Tú eres el periodista de Metropoli Mex y estás cubriendo la corrupción y estás cubriendo la investigación de Shanquella desde Cabo.
Es correcto, estamos trabajando en la investigación desde el día que nos tocó conocer el caso de Shanquella 19 días después de su homicidio.
He wants everyone to know that he has been covering the story since they realized what was going on, which was 19 days after the homicide of Shanquella.
Wow. Tell him I would personally like to thank him for coming on to the North Carolina Beat to talk to the people in America about what he has uncovered as an investigative journalist and his courageousness in continuing to get the truth out to what happened to this beautiful 25-year-old.
Él quiere darte el agradecimiento personalmente de que estás tomando la oportunidad de hacer la entrevista por medio de North Carolina The Beat y estás cubriendo la investigación como periodista de esta persona, una persona fantástica que fue Shanquella de 25 años solamente.
Muchas gracias. Es un honor poder proporcionarles la información que ustedes necesiten, que se está generando aquí en Baja California Sur, en Cabo, del caso Shanquella.
He wants to thank you very much for being able to have him, and he is covering from Cabo, Baja California Sur.
Wow. Thank you. Mr. Zuniga, can you tell us how long you've been doing investigative journalism and why is exposing corruption is important to you?
¿Quieres saber cuántos años tienes cubriendo, siendo periodista y por qué es de que estás queriendo exponer la corrupción?
Tengo 27 años de periodismo y 6 años como periodista de investigación.
He has been doing journalism for 27 years and 6 years doing investigative journalism.
Estamos certificados por el Centro Internacional de Periodistas de Estados Unidos y por el USAID, de Desarrollo Internacional.
He is certified with the journalism board in the United States and also with the Crusade. ¿Qué quiere decir Crusade?
Okay, we're going to leave it right there. We're going to leave it right there, people. All right. I'm going to get rid of that. And I appreciate y'all for tuning in on that part. I'm going to get rid of that real quick. And I just want to bring some information to you. I'm waiting to take some calls. Now, I'm hearing that she possibly not arrested yet in Mexico. So I don't know how true that is. We're still finding out. We got our ears down the ground. There's so many YouTubers out there. There's so many bloggers out there. There's so many, you don't know who to believe and what to believe. But I got a caller coming in the minute they're coming in the minute. I see a caller on the board right now, and we're going to bring them in. As soon as they come in, I see one right now calling right now. This is live, uncut, unedited. Y'all already know what it is. Definitely know what it is. All right. I got a caller, people. Let's see what they got to say. All right. All right. Here they come. Hear the little introduction. And they're going to call in. Caller, where you calling from? All right.
Well, hello there, partner.
Hey, is that my partner?
Norris, Bolingbrook, Illinois.
All right, that's my partner. I didn't even recognize the number, but I ain't got to save. I'm using the software, so this is my partner. Come on, partner, let us have it. Drop the bomb on us or something. Tell us what you know. What's going on?
You know what? So, you know what? I was actually just live, and I ended mine when I saw you were so that I can come in and support. So here's what I want to just kind of wake up a little bit, and I got it off of Instagram, and I don't know if someone has probably already talked about it. If so, let me know. But allegedly, I'm told that the fight had something to do with some money from the PPP loan.
Oh,
and
wow.
That people didn't feel like, yeah. So that was on IG, and I do have a screenshot of the person that posted that, and as well as it was a young lady that was on TikTok that was saying the same thing about the PPP money.
Okay.
So again, I don't know if people are just saying stuff, but you know what? When you start putting two and two together, and you know, people were cut up over money. We already know that.
Mm-hmm.
And so allegedly, and I'm always saying allegedly because I don't know, and I don't try to act like I know what happened because, of course, we wasn't there. We only going what we heard.
That's right.
But allegedly, Sister Robertson took her money, started her business, and was able to kind of make a little bit more money with it. So from my understanding, she was not necessarily broke at all, and she had really, really accumulated a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And not only did she accumulate a lot of money, she accumulated some frenemies that felt like she owed them something. Now, again, this is my understanding from looking at some stuff off of IG, as well as listening to a TikTok that was sent to me. And allegedly, the person that was speaking was her cousin, but that was some conflict about it, whether it was the real cousin or not.
Mm-hmm.
But the way the girl was giving the tea, yeah, the way she was speaking, it was like if though she, you know, may have knew something. So again, I just want to wake that up because maybe someone, you know, heard the same information, and you know, can you know, we can kind of put two and two together because. It's still unfortunate, Martin.
Yes,
but
it
go
is.
ahead. I don't want.
No. You good. You good.
You
good. You good. Let me just say this. We got enough room for you, Vera. If you heard the same story that Vera's talking about, call in and let us hear about it because it's a lot going on. Now, don't get me wrong. We can't say nobody perfect. We all can find some flaws about each and every last one of us. And we're not here to demonize our dear sister at all, but we're just trying to get down, see what the motive was about this killing. You know, we just wanted to see. That's all. That's what it is. And wow, that's crazy.
And let me say this, Mark, because because you so right. Listen, I don't believe nobody deserved to die, regardless. If it was a misunderstanding, they could have got the understanding right. So that young lady, I wouldn't care what it was for. Nobody deserves to be murdered about no nonsense. If you got to all sit down, try to get it together, but all this beating, jumping, killing is unnecessary. And I'm not going to point the finger because, again, I don't have a finger to point either way. But here's another tea that allegedly one of the ladies that was on the trip, someone had just murdered her sister or murdered a family member, and she went on the trip anyways. So I don't know if you guys have already spoken on that as well, but I can bring, and I will attach the screenshots that I have, as well as grab the links to the different, videos that were shared with me. But I would like to know if anybody else heard of that and, what kind of information they can share. But again, Martin, let me just be clear. I don't believe nobody deserves to die regardless to what happened or what went down.
Mm-hmm.
And especially, I believe she was set up, and I believe that somewhere along the line, she knew she had some problems. Because another thing, and I don't know if you guys talked about it here,
Mm-hmm.
was that she was ready to leave and come back also. And that it was kind of like some bullying tactics to even get her to stay when she was ready to leave.
Oh, wow. I kind of heard about
So
that.
I know I said a lot.
No, that's good because we need to hear that. You're not saying nothing that some of us haven't heard, because I didn't hear. I heard something briefly about the PP loans. I did hear something about one of the people that was on the trip, family member got killed, and she's supposed to have something to do with it or something. I did hear that. So it's not. So that's nothing strange. You're not saying nothing foreign. But we got these YouTubers. And they're gonna make up a story and they're gonna lie to get these views, and it's shame on it. It's just like when people show a video, they don't care about the dead. They don't have no concern about the family. They're just gonna show what they show. That's it. That is it. Friends, another friend gonna show another friend butt naked with no clothes on fighting. What type of friend is that? I tell you, what type of friend is that, Vera? I mean, butt naked. Butt naked. Hold on, Vera. We need to call us 872-299-0808. Call on in, people. Live, uncut, unedited. We got an extra number so you can call in. If one line is busy, you got another line to call on in. I'm here waiting on you. This is live, uncut. I got my partner with me. I'm going to try to have her hold on long as I can. I know she's very busy, but I got to hold on to her. By the way, if you need some insurance, Vera Giles Norris is the person, I tell you. She been on me about my insurance. I let mine lapse. I got to get it back going. All right, Vera. What else?
I got you.
You got me? Okay. Now let me read some of these comments. KK Hawkins said, it is pretty good chance of her beating the femicide charges, as I was reading the meaning of it and what it meant in Mexico judicial system. It said they hardly convict femicide charges. Oh, wow. Wow. Did y'all hear that? Somebody want to comment on that? Wow, jealousy is strong today.
Now, has it been confirmed? I was going to ask Martin, has it been confirmed if it was, because somebody was saying that was a transgender?
Right.
So was that a female? Has that been confirmed, or is that still up in the air?
I heard that too. It hadn't been confirmed. Vera, I don't mean to change the conversation. Stacy Meyer said, hit me up, Vera, about insurance. So I just want to throw that at you real quick. You will see it. So you'll see it in the comments anyway. But okay. Vera, to my knowledge, I don't know if to believe that or not. I just don't know. It's hard to tell a male and a female now. It's hard, but I don't know. Don't know. I tell you, I really don't know, Vera. So, I don't know. I really don't know. So, I really don't. They got the parents sign a contract for the movie American Horror Story, play by Keke Palmer. I don't know if that's true or not. Well, it could be. You don't know. They make a movie out of anything. Could be. All right. Now, somebody put on here.
But you know what?
Go ahead, Vera.
No. Go ahead.
I just read the comment.
I'm listening to you.
It's delayed. Okay. Tiffany said that, and her parents already said on that live, nobody stole any money from her. Shaking my head. Okay, the parents said that, so no money was stolen. Okay.
Okay, but no, no, because the father, because it is a video of the father, unless he went back and took his words back. But he said that monies was taken from her. So he said that in one of those interviews. Now, unless he went back and found out that that was not true, and he took that back, then that's fine. But other than that, he said that. The father did.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, he
did
even
say,
said
I seen that video.
They were trying to get $6,000 from that they were trying to get $6,000 to give for him to send to take her for the nurse or to take her to the doctor or somebody to come. They wanted $6,000.
Yeah,
and then he said that they took money from her card.
Okay. Now it's a big argument about transgender. Let's see.
Did anybody else hear that video or see that?
I seen that video of the father. I seen it. Denisha Thomas said they already confirmed she's a woman. The transgender is a thing was made up upon the internet because she looks like a man. She's a woman. Okay. All right.
Yeah. And again, the only thing we're doing is allegedly, because we don't know anything. It's very difficult to really tell who's who and what's what. The reason that I even talk on the subject matter is because I want to, try to get it, first of all, to keep it relevant, because I'm still upset off about it. Being a mother of women, excuse my French, Martin, but being a mother of women, this is enough to upset anybody, even if, for women, for men. You wouldn't want to wish nothing like this on your worst enemy.
No. Let me say this, Vera.
It's a bad look. It's just bad.
Jay Pay said she could be charged in Mexico, or the U.S. government can charge her too because the victim was a citizen. I had said that. I used logic. I didn't know the law like that, but I had said the same thing because they were all citizens. And if another citizen violated another citizen, no matter where you at in the world, they could be charged, especially take a life. Yeah. I said the same thing. So I agree with that, Jay Pay. Agree with that. All right. All right. Shanique, what's that? Shanique Turner said that's why they should be charged here. The U.S. charged femicide as a hate crime. Okay. All right. That's good. They got their $5,400 reimbursed back to them from the Airbnb. So that's crazy. Now I'm waiting. I need some callers. Listen, 872-299-0808. Come on, call in, people. I got an extra line for you today. Call in. This is live, uncut, unedited. Come in and tell me what you know. Listen, people, let me just say something. Most of us out there, that's our parents and grandparents, we have daughters, we have granddaughters. We wouldn't want this to happen to our children at all. At all. Vera, you got all girls, right? All right.
Yeah, Martin, I do. I got all girls, 5 girls. And I have 7 grandchildren, and 4 of them are girls.
Wow.
So, yeah. This to me, it just hit too close. I'm speaking to my children daily. I'm even talking to my 12-year-old. Like, this is what we're not gonna do. So we trust in nobody. Listen. If you don't feel right, go with your gut. Anybody making any wrong moves, I don't care what they say. If they body language and they energy ain't matching, get away from them. Don't be afraid to cut the cord and leave people alone and don't ever talk to them again.
We got another caller coming too, Vera. Go ahead, keep talking. They're going to come in a minute. We got another caller coming in.
Okay.
Yeah, we got another caller.
And I even did an exercise. Okay. I even did an exercise during this holiday for Thanksgiving. And I gave my children an example of what good energy feels like when you come into a space and people welcoming you. And so when we walked into my daughter's house, my grandbaby, oh my goodness, if she didn't run and hug and she had so much good energy because she saw us coming in. And I looked at my kids. I said, see, this is genuine energy. You see what this feel like?
Mm-hmm.
You see how when she seen us, her whole being lit up and she was like ecstatic to see us.
Yeah.
If you around friends and if they body language it ain't matching, man, leave them folks alone.
Leave them alone. Let me check on one of these new callers, Vera. Let me see. Check on one of these new callers I got. Hey, caller, where you calling from? Caller, come on in. Chicago,
Greenville, Mississippi.
All right.
Greenville, Mississippi.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking. Come on, talk to us. All right. Come and talk to us. What you think?
Hello, Miss Beautiful Vera.
Vera, somebody, she's speaking
I'm
to you.
calling from Greenville, Mississippi.
Okay.
My name is Barbara.
Beautiful. How are you?
Hey, Miss Barbara. Miss Barbara, I got another caller too.
What I'm calling about,
Hold on, Miss Barbara. Hey, caller, where you calling from?
Okay.
Hold on, caller. Where you calling from? Okay, go ahead and talk from Greenville, Mississippi. The caller come in a minute. Go ahead.
Okay, I confirm what Miss Vera had said because I heard some of the same things too about the PPP loan money, and I also heard that Shanquella supposed to be set of somebody's cousin, boyfriend, or something, but they didn't say getting murdered. They said go to jail, and that's what that fight was all about. But you know, people are saying anything and everything, so we really don't know what to believe. But I actually do believe the man was on North Carolina beat last night. Mr. Gerardo from Mexico.
Yeah, we played a little bit.
I believe what he said. I really does believe that she has been arrested. And if she has been arrested, the rest of them need to be arrested too, because what they did, it was just not right. You don't do nobody like this. She didn't have a friend in the world on that trip with her. Nobody was her friend. And her father did say that they did take some money from her. And they also said that by them leaving before the trip was over, they had put money back on her credit card. So I don't know who got that money. I don't know none about that, but I do know that they did say that. So there's a lot of things that Miss Vera was saying. I have heard the same things too.
Okay.
Hello?
Did you hear this? Hey, hold on.
Yeah, I've heard.
Did you hear this? Somebody, Sharon Morehouse said that I seen a video where they all in one room except a man and the woman that got killed. And she was naked because they were supposed to go swimming. That's why she was naked. And that's the video showing that girl was fighting her. Okay, that's why she was naked. Okay. We learning.
They were supposed to go they were supposed to go skinny dipping. That's what they were supposed to do. But when she was looking for everybody and everybody in that room, you can tell the atmosphere how it changed once she got in there. So they was already talking about her. They had set her up. I believe in my heart it was planned before they left the United States to do what they did to her. And that so-called friend of hers, Kalia, he was standing over her while she was asleep saying, we got our first dead body. Body.
Right.
She threw folk. You know, it's like he knew she was going to die. And he did, because she did that after that.
Let me see what this
so
other
that's
caller.
all I have to say, and I thank God that she's arrested, and I hope the rest of them get arrested. I hope they get charged in the United States and in Mexico.
That's right. 7822.
And
caller.
y'all have a blessed night and
Thank you.
Safe night.
Thank you, caller. You can hang up if you want to. Okay.
You as well, Barbara. Thank you. Okay.
All right.
How you doing, Mark?
Hey, all right. Good. I ain't had you holding on too long, didn't I? I had to get the rules out there. Go ahead, talk to us.
It's okay. It's okay. I just want to say some certain things that Vera said that was true. Like the dad did get on there and say that they took over $10,000 from her account, and then he said they asked for $5,000 to help get her some medical attention. And I think the problem where they had to put money back onto the card that I seen is because, remember, they had got a whole room, supposedly, allegedly, to stay in to get up out of there.
Okay.
So it's so many stories. One thing for sure, we know that her life is
gone. We
she's
know
never
that.
coming back.
Right, she's not coming
back. But
back.
to have your life Right, to have your life took, whether it was a PP loan, whatever, it wasn't worth her life. I mean, sometimes you could just say, okay, they took this. You just know not to mess with the person no more. But I don't know to extent because I don't live in North Carolina.
Right.
This stuff happened here in Chicago. I don't know. But it's a messed up situation. But they did say they have the lady in custody.
Okay.
Now, how they charges go over there, we don't know.
We don't know.
Because we ain't never been over there to get charged.
Hold that thought for a minute. Hold that thought.
We don't know.
Hold that thought. Hold that thought.
Okay.
Hey, new caller, what's going on? Where you calling from? Old folks. Go ahead. Where you
from
calling?
Chicago.
All right. Come on, talk to us. What you want to talk to us about?
I'm calling from Chicago.
Chicago. What's going on, sister? How you doing?
I've been following the story. And by me being a parent is really hurtful.
Mm-hmm.
I've been listening to her dad. It's really sad. All they had to do was go out there and get it like she had it. She was a beautiful person. And I'm glad that social media reached out and did their job. And we got justice for her now. She's not coming back here. Once you leave this earth, ain't no coming back. But I hope they lock all of them up. All of them deserve to go to jail.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. So
I don't have no mercy on them.
Say
because guess what? If you bold enough to do the crime, you bold enough to do the time.
Mm-hmm. Now, I think they all got their story together before they came to America. They made the story up. I know they did.
Yeah, they already had plotted before they got to North Carolina.
Yes, I've been listening. They said she had made her transition at 3:00. They waited to call. They was going to take her to the doctor. They told the doctors no. Why would you do that? That's not your daughter.
I think that was
That's
about
not your
money.
call.
They needed the doctors were going to charge them $5,000 for the emergency room, and so they just hey, they had to get their plan together. They got their plan together.
Well, my grandma got a friend, and she's 90 years old. What she do in the dark is gonna always come to the light.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That is
and
true.
I got a saying. I believe in treating everybody right. But their father and their mother is hurting. I done lost 7 cousins. So I cried when I first heard the story. Well, in fact, I was at work one night, Martin, and I read the story. And so I'm saying, go back. And I went back. I say, but I always tell my kids, the only friend you got is Jesus. Ain't no friend. You got to earn a friendship. You just can't be my friend like that. I need to sit back and watch what's really going on.
Let me read some of these comments. Hold on, guys. Don Tyson said, hopefully the parents use this as a teachable moment so her death not in vain. Everyone is not your friend, and parents need to vet their children friends. That's what Don Tyson said. That's good. I like that. All right, I like that.
Yes, and after all this is a lesson learned to me. I have set my 22-year-old and my 16-year-old. I have talked to them. Ain't nobody your friend out here. You don't have friends. Like your partner Vera said, my sister, you got to earn my friendship.
Say this, Tiffany said this, what are the true facts that y'all know besides hearsay? Listen, really don't nobody know exactly what happened. One thing we do know, Tiffany, a person is dead. That we do know. A person is dead. We know that much. We know that much. A person is dead. That we do know.
And guess what? She gonna get behind that jail and sing. She gonna tell the truth. The truth is gonna come out because she's gonna get either 60 years or life. She don't want to be sitting behind them 4 walls by herself. So she's going to jail. I
don't know how much time she's gonna get, but it's strange because I don't know how the Mexico law is over there. Tiger, what's going on? Mexico and the United States have contacted where murder charges can be handled by Mexican or the United States. It's up to the discretion of the feds. A lesser crime has no option for extradition. They will come and get for attempt murder and other charges. So, wow. So we're hearing a lot here, people. We're learning a lot.
Well, guess what? I'm going to keep on praying because I know God do answer prayer. I do know that. I got my faith in God. So, now her being locked up, she's going to sing. She's going to sound the alarm on all of us. They was wrong.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
That young lady took them out of town. I wouldn't have took them nowhere. I'm going to be honest with you.
So
you can best believe that she was in North Carolina before they got on that plane. It was shade. She just didn't catch it.
Yeah, that was a red flag, and she just didn't pay attention to it. But, you know, our youth, I'm going to say this. Our youth, we have to be the ones, the old school, we got to be the ones to guide them the right way. They don't know. They just fools over here. I'm going to just go and see it. I'm going to just see it. They fools over here.
Mm-hmm.
But my heart really goes out to the family. Huh?
Don Tyson said
when they said something about a dead body in the bed, that's some these young people say nowadays from somebody being drunk and just pass out is what they use it for over here.
No, that last video, they dressed her up and they were singing. Or they was like,
he was drunk. I don't believe he would have put that on there. I think he put that. They put that up with these standards that these young people say we got a dead body from being drunk.
Well, they dressed her up, and she was dead. They dressed her up.
Well, I don't know if she was dead or not, but that's a lot of stuff we don't know, people. We still learning. Go ahead.
Yeah,
right.
It's a lot of stuff.
But
you know what?
Depending
on the time that video was taken, I know one thing for sure. It would definitely come out, just like we said, what's done in the dark will come to light. So if she was alive or not, during the time that video was taken, it's a timestamp. So we'll get to the bottom of it. Either way it goes. Here's how I'm looking at this now, is that this message is more for the people that's here because the sister has already paid the price. And now again, it's even difficult for me to really, speak on the subject matter. I try to push it out, but it pisses me off so bad that this is where we're at now, is that these young people setting each other up. They are not friends. They're holding on to stuff. I seen somebody in the comments that said, oh man, the PPP money been gone a long time ago. That ain't got nothing to do with it. It's people that will plot and be ready to set you up and kill you on sight as soon as they get a chance to. Be surprised on how many people hold on to venom. They just didn't have an opportunity to strike. Yeah. And then here's the other thing. If it's a hope and a grudge, that's it. And here's the other thing, is that it's a such thing as envy and jealousy that's so powerful that people die just from envy and jealousy. And so
money is the root to all evil.
The love of money is the root to all evil. And if there are people that's envious and jealous of you because they feel like you owe them something, sometimes a person just feel like you owe them something. They feel like, man, you came up, and I was there when you came up, throw me something. Mm-hmm. Anybody ever heard that before?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I may feel like I don't owe you nothing. Yeah. But then
That's true.
if somebody right now mad at somebody and has been mad at them for years, so let's not act like people don't hold on to nothing. I just wanted to say that to the person in the comment, is that people hold on to stuff for a long time. And when they get a chance to strike, that's what they do. They plot and they strike.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I really,
And I'm with you when you're right.
nobody know. I got a way now. I can read you. I can feel you. I can feel your. I got it now. So if I get a negative energy off of you, if I get that negative back, I'm getting away from you. You're not for me.
I know that's right. I wanted to say, hey, friend, I hear you. I hear your voice. You didn't say your name, and I ain't want to say your name either. But I
You know I ain't gonna say my name.
That's why I didn't say nothing.
I ain't gonna say my name.
But I mean, God has gave that. Right, God has gave me that determined. So if I get that back, I get away from you. If that's a red flag, I'm leaving.
Okay.
I'm bagging up because I call my experience a life. Everything I do now is an experience. Good or bad, I'm going to take something from it. I'm going to learn from it. But you are so right. You are correct. They will hold a grudge to. I ain't do nothing for you.
Let me see. Let me hold it, sister. Let me see
what we living in today.
Hold it, sister. Hold it. Hey, caller. I got a new caller online. Can you hear me, caller? 1207. Can you hear me? Where you calling from, caller? All right. Where you calling from, caller?
Chicago. Dr. K.
Chicago. Who's this? This who?
Can you hear me?
Oh, that's Doctor. What's up, Doctor? I ain't got the call ID on, so I gotta do what I gotta do. Go ahead, Dr. Sanders. I'm sorry. We got a nice little line.
Bless everyone. Okay, well, I wanted to share this with you all.
Okay,
and I want
give us
y'all
some
to kind of
updates.
think about what I'm saying. Think about your best friend that you have, that you put everything into, all of your trust, all of your ideas, your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, your thoughts, your private thoughts, your secrets, those things that you might not share with your own sibling. When I look at the video, Martin, I look at Shanquella as she's old enough to be my daughter because my oldest is 36.
Mm-hmm.
But I look at her as a daughter. But when I looked at it and how Daejhanae was whacking on her, it's like a shock to Shanquella. When you have best friends or best family members that you feel that you trust them, and you find out later you're defenseless to fight them because you love them that much, to not fight back because you're shocked. As I shared with you earlier, Martin, my cousin used to fight me all the time at church, but I would fight her back because I never understood the hate that she had for me, my grandmother's baby sister's daughter. And it's like, I never did nothing to you, but you hate me. When the girl that's from high school I shared with you earlier had attacked me in the bathroom, and I didn't even know who she was, but I came back out after her, and she found out I was really crazy, for real. Sometimes those people that you thought were your friends and you give so much to, you find out the hard way that they could be the very death of you because they never liked you in the beginning. And it's not about you as a person. I'm sorry.
I was agreeing. That's the honest to God truth.
Oh, okay, yeah. And it happens because you can be hanging out with a bunch of people, and that's why the Bible says, know them that labor among you. You got to know people that labor among you. My high school friends, to this very day, we never did anything to hurt one another. We marched across the stage. We said, what are we going to do with our lives? Are we going to college? Are we going to work first and go to college? We had those kind of conversations with a different generation. But as I look at Shanquella, she was devastated. I believe she was, because she was just out of it. Like, what just happened? no matter what anybody say.
She was in shock.
And my relative said this.
Humiliated. She was humiliated.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was.
Naked.
Yes.
Defenseless.
Yes.
With her friends watching. That's why I call her Sister Robertson or Miss Robertson. Because in her absence, I feel the need to lift her up. Because we as our people, I don't even want to put a race on it, but we disrespect each other so bad. And then we expect for the men to take up for us. And sometimes it's the very man that you with, that you call your friend, that you call your confidant, that will pull out a camera and watch you being beat while you are.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. And she was hurt.
Humiliated. So that's why
she was.
Even while she's down and call her Robinson. Because, you know, it's a such thing as honor. And again, I don't know what those people's reasons were, but whatever your reason was, it ain't no way you should have went on vacation pretending, because that girl, she didn't know she was walking into that. Ain't no way.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
People was at least friendly enough to travel and sleep with, because ain't nobody gonna normally go on vacation with nobody who they know is their enemy and that will be plotting to kill them. So these
that's what I'm saying.
They were friends, and if you look through your phone and if you look through your relationships right now, it's a whole lot of folks that need to wake up because you got some fake friends. They frenemies. They ain't never been your
That's
friend.
right.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And this is what I
think we are our own worst enemy. It always be the people. It always be the people that's close to you that harm you.
Yep.
It's always people that harm you. I trust nobody. I trust nobody but I trust God. That's all I trust.
And that's the thing that's the thing that we have to understand. When I look at her, and I look at it, I said, you all did not know that you literally took the life from her. And my direct statement to Miss Daejhanae, what were you thinking to start a war with Mexico? Watch what falls behind this now. Look at the restrictions that's going to happen. Look at when people want to go to Mexico, to Cabo Locos or whatever. Watch how you've caused a problem for everybody. All of her friends, the other light-skinned girl running her mouth and all the rest of it. You don't have no conscience for human life. So do you think you deserve to live? Because somebody going to get the rest of it, no matter what. What you sold to her and did to her, you're going to get it back. Just guaranteed. There's no way out of that. But Miss Daejhanae, whoever know her, I don't care who know her, promise you, you big and bad, you God, you the law. I don't care what went down. You had no right. I promise you, and I said in her face, you have no right. You're not God. If you were pissed and you planned it, and the rest of you all, you addressed each other on the video, get naked, hoe, get naked, you bees. You don't even know what a bee or a hoe is. You really don't. Because technically, a bee is a female dog. Did you act like a female dog? No. You were worse than a lion. You were worse than a leopard. You were worse than a tiger. Your partner is called a snake. That's what her identity is. And she put on Instagram. She put on Instagram. My daughter, she got 3 pages on Instagram. What my story is more important than what happened. That's what that little heifer said. I said, oh, hey. She was proud to kill her. And my daughter said, Mama, she crazy. I said, yeah, she's demonically crazy. She worse than Damien from the Omen.
Well, guess what? She gonna have to
it's
tell
a
it in her
saying.
brain.
It's a saying.
She gonna have to
that
tell
says,
it
"Don't
to the
feed."
judge and the jury.
Go ahead, Vera.
It's a saying that
I
says,
just
"Don't
say,
feed."
Go, Vera. Go
I
ahead.
just want to say this. It's a saying. It's a saying that says, "Don't feed fat frogs to snakes." And what Sister Robertson did was fed her snakes. And it's unfortunate. And I'm going to say it again. Don't feed fat frogs to snakes. Because we know what a snake would do. Okay? A snake, you can produce, a snake is what it is. And I am not just going to necessarily point the finger at frenemy number one, Daejhanae. I ain't going to just point the finger at her. Because allegedly, and we don't take no rocket scientist to figure this out. I think even Stevie Wonder can see this. Is that she was not the only one. She was not the only one that was there fighting. Those other people were fighting in more than one way. Even on that video, they were fighting because it was more than one person who had a recording that was recording her while she was being beaten by Daejhanae. And then allegedly, there's other videos that's surfacing that even said that Winter body slammed her, and that's when she didn't get up anymore again, and her neck was broken, or her spine, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, that's true. That she did.
Yep, and then allegedly, there are other videos out there that has not been released as of yet. So we just can't point the finger no one way. I think that the first person that's taken the bullet has to be Daejhanae, because that's the video that went viral and that surfaced.
We saw.
But again, everybody that was in the room was fighting her.
Can I intervene on this one? They said the girl who released the video, she had just lost her sister. So why didn't you sound the alarm? Why didn't you call for help? If you saw this was going on, you were supposed to say something.
Yeah. Well, ladies, let me ask you guys a question. I don't want to ask every
You
last.
just lost your sister.
Hold it, sister. Hold it. Let me ask all you. Okay. No. Hold it. I gotta ask a question. Now, if we as Black people here in America, and we always hear this term that we are so loving and kind and all, why is it that we display so much evil? We display it in our music. We display it in the videos. We display it against each other. We call each other names. We kill each other. We hate on one another. Why is it as Black people, we are displaying so much evil toward one another? Why? That's what I want to know. Why? Somebody answer it for me.
It's called sin.
Now,
the internet is supposed
simple.
The internet is
supposed to. Yeah, the internet got, and we gotta help. We gotta save us. We gotta be willing to help save us. But it's so much evil in the world. It's so many evil people in the world. So many evil people. And like Sister Mary said, I will hold a grudge against you. And they plotted it out. But I cried behind it. That hurted me.
I need y'all to answer the question, Nancy. Y'all got to answer the question.
See that.
And I want to answer that question, Mark.
Please
I believe it's because we've been programmed. We've been programmed that we are no good. And when I say no good, meaning that we're not good for each other. We cannot stand to see our own kind elevate. And it's that crab in a barrel mindset or energy that we have for each other. It's like, no, hell, no. You ain't going to climb no ladder and get above me. So let me snatch you down however I can get you down. Because if you can make it, I know that I should make it, and I should make it before you. And we've been taught that any other race of people is right and we wrong. We will allow other people to come into communities, set up shop, do whatever they want to do, and we feel like, okay, well, you know what? And I'm just using this color because it rhymes. If it's white, it's right. If it's white, it's angel food. If it's white, it's God sent. But if it's black, it's a demon. If it's black, it's wrong. If it's black, attack. But don't attack anybody else. I heard someone say this, and I'm saying it because of not because I'm promoting it, but because I just had to say, we will kill the op and stand still and don't even move for the cop. And I'm like, wow. And a lot of times it's one that's not our race that will come in and will have everybody standing still and in silence. But you see your op on the street, you will run up on your op in a store, in a crowded store, to get your op because you hate yourself that much because your op look a lot like you. And it kind of reminds me of how the elephant, when it's young, and they put that rope around that baby elephant's neck, and that baby elephant constantly tries to, maneuver and get away, and they snatch that rope, and that elephant, even as an adult, that little bitty rope that he had on his neck when he was a baby, they've been programmed not to move because they still feel like I'm going to be snatched, not knowing that they got the strength and the power to break that rope. And if we ever get to the mindset that, listen, we are the best things happening for each other, and we can love on each other, and we can collaborate, and you ain't got to hate me, and I ain't got to hate you, even if we don't agree. We don't have to kill each other.
No, we don't.
But that's what I believe. I believe that it's been pressed down for so long and for so many generations, and that slavery has a whole lot to do with it, because it was, let's bring the two biggest men out here and let them fight to death, and let's see which one can come out on top. And everybody want to be, it's almost like the house nigga. So I can go on and on, but that's just my take, and I'm gonna release the mic for somebody else.
Okay, who want to talk next?
I just want to say my last thing, and I'm hanging up off here, is that what we need to do right now is really go into prayer about the situation, period, because we don't want the family have to face that if she go over there and it's really no charges, nothing they can really do to any of them, and the parents still have to face, that as a whole. So it's just mostly need prayer right now for them as a whole.
Oh, okay.
A lot of these young people need.
Our young people, that's what our young people need. They crying out for prayer. Our young people are fools over here. They really don't have no direction. A lot of these parents is drinking with their kids. I'm just gonna put it out there. I don't care who calls or step on. A lot of these parents is drinking with their kids, they partying with their kids, and I'm gonna collaborate that on from Martin said 2 days ago. They going in the room. They closing up with Ray Ray. And the internet has really messed our kids up.
Okay.
The Snapchat, the Instagram have messed our kids up. But we gotta save our own. Ain't nobody else gonna save us. Every race sticks together, like Vera said. But I would love to see our black folks come together for once. For once.
Okay.
And I ain't gonna knock nobody from getting blessed, because I know if God blessed you, He on His way down the street to bless me some. It's just not my season. It's not my time yet.
Okay. All right. I got a couple more callers. I want to hear what they got to say. Is that okay, ladies? All right, hold on.
Yes.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hey, caller, where you calling from? Come on in.
This is Marcus calling from Chicago.
Okay, Marcus, good.
This is Marcus calling from Chicago.
All right, Marcus. Hold it, Marcus. Hold, let me put one more on. Hey, caller, where you calling from?
All right.
Hey, caller.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on, man? This is Roosevelt.
Hey, Roosevelt, how you doing? This is Mark Johnson, live, uncut, unedited. Roosevelt, what you doing?
Hey, happy holidays to everyone on the line, man. I'm loving your show. I've seen you go over the last few years, and you are just, here on YouTube, I would have to say sensational. Mom, I want to be like you when I grow up.
Roosevelt. Hey, Roosevelt, I got your buddy on Marcus. He on here too as well. Marcus is on here too.
Hey, what's going on, man? Yeah, but it's good to hear both of you all. And it was good to hear Vera on the line and everything too.
Yeah.
Talking about this very, very, I would have to say, very sad case.
Yes.
Because I know that a whole lot of people on YouTube have been talking about this whole thing. But I haven't talked about it as of yet, because it just seems like this whole thing keeps on changing from day to day. It's like what one of the other young ladies said and everything. It's almost like so many people on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube and everything are talking. So at this point, you don't know what to believe. But last time I heard, yesterday, that allegedly, I'm going to say allegedly because I wasn't there, they said that Daejhanae Jackson, who's a friend of hers who was there, has been arrested by the feds. And they said that they're awaiting to extradite her to Mexico, because that particular crime took place under Mexican jurisdiction. So Mexico wants the opportunity to help to, I guess, prosecute her. And I'm pretty sure she is going to, face maybe spending years in a Mexican prison, something. I'm pretty sure she's going to sing on the others. And the story I heard is that allegedly they are saying that she had snitched on somebody or whatever. That's how come they beat her to death or whatever it was.
Roosevelt, somebody got their thing playing. Yeah. You got to turn your something down in the background because it's not.
No, not me.
That's not you? Okay.
Me.
All right. Go ahead, Roosevelt.
That's not me.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead,
no, so I heard that was going on. That's what was going on. But then now I hear one of the other young ladies talk about it, some PPP money. I mean, maybe that could be true because, sometimes, money changes whole situations. Because I had a friend of mine, this was like a few years ago, she won, it was only like $3,000 something she won out of the lottery. And she told me, and she might have told one more person in her family, but I don't think that she told her family as a whole. And I don't know why she said it, but she definitely said that some people, when it comes down to money, even in your own family, will have you set up to be robbed or killed.
Hold that thought right there, Roosevelt. Come on, Marcus. Let's see what you got to say about this. I know we're jumping around right here, but it's a great conversation.
Well, don't mean to take you off the topic, but that part about why we hate each other.
Okay, come on with it. We still on topic.
Okay, it goes back to slavery, and unfortunately, this music. Now people are talking about it here in Chicago, and it's going to make its way to city council. I don't know how they're going to regulate it, getting around the Constitution, but this rap music, this dirty music, this drill music, a lot of these young people are coming up on that music, and they're living their lives by that music. And so you got a lot of young black kids out here getting high and all of that, and they become adults, but they're not really adults in the mind. Their bodies grew up, but their minds are still back in high school. And they're acting like a group of teenagers. And so they get together, and this is what you have. I'm not saying that this young lady wasn't smart, and don't get me wrong, but I'm talking about black youth as a whole. They're not acting like adults. They're not acting like the average 20-something-year-old
when my mother was in her 20s. They acted like adults. These adults are not acting like adults anymore. They're still acting like kids in high school. And that's how they're living their lives. And you can't be an adult and be a kid in high school and be an adult at the same time. If you understand what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So this music is fueling a lot of this. It's fueling a lot of this killing that's going on. Somebody said something about, you all were talking about the girl in Mexico, and it's a lot of killing going on here in Chicago. It's the music. It's the music and the lack of parenting. The parents not teaching their kids that this is entertainment. Don't live your life by this. I came up on NWA talking about drive-bys. I didn't go grab a gun and go do a drive-by because it was entertainment.
Amen.
But now it's out of hand. It's totally out of hand because there is no guidance.
Ghetto boy.
Older people are not guiding these young people. Some of them are misguiding these young people. Some of these same older people who said put the guns down off the camera are giving the young kids the guns and telling them to go do these things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad. And then you got this, where a group of friends go into a place, a vacation, they set one friend up to kill her. It's sad. The hatred in our community toward us is real. And it goes back to slavery, but it also is a lack of parenting. Parents not raising their kids, teaching them to love themselves. Because I was taught to love. All of my cousins, we was all taught to love. So when you love yourself, you have respect for the neighborhood that you live in. You have respect no matter how angry you get with somebody. You're not going to kill them because you're thinking about the consequences. They must have didn't realize that they was going to get caught. Nobody's above the law. Politicians have gotten caught. Billionaires have gotten caught.
Say that.
Nobody's above the law. And now they all going to end up going to jail.
Agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
They all going to end up going to Mexican jail. And I don't care how they're treated in the jail there or the jail here. Wrong is wrong. Wrong is wrong. And a message needs to be sent all across the globe, all across this country to these young people. If you don't get your act together, this is what's going to happen to you. This is the reality of it. Those rappers that you're watching in the videos, those are actors. They do their stuff and they get to go home.
Mm-hmm.
This is reality. Kill somebody, they ain't coming back from the grave. You shouldn't be allowed to walk on the soil of America or walk, period, free. You should not be allowed to be free. You kill somebody, you belong in jail for the rest of your life. You shouldn't be allowed to be paroled or none of that. I don't care how redeemed you are, how you said God then redeemed you. You can't redeem that person from the grave that you killed.
Mm-hmm.
That person is dead forever.
Mm-hmm.
You should be locked up forever.
Yeah. Hey, y'all, hold it for a second.
Miss Robinson.
Yeah, hold it for a second. I got a new caller. Hey, new caller. Where you calling from?
How we doing, Martin?
Oh, hey,
West
my brother.
suburbs.
All right, West Suburbs. Okay, let's hear from the new caller. Let's see what his comment is. I like that. This is one of my good advisors, y'all. So I just want to acknowledge he don't like to be in the forefront, but I'll call him my advisor. So he you know you had those one friends that when they see some mustard and ketchup on your face, he tell you. You know, you got those friends that they won't tell you. Yeah, Martin, you look good on you. But this one right here, he gonna tell you right or wrong. All right, go ahead, my brother. Go ahead. Go ahead, my brother.
Hey, you advise me as well.
Yeah. Go ahead, my brother.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear loud and clear.
Yeah, you advise me as well. And I look up to you in many ways. Like, as much as I might do for you, you do for me. We helping each other out. And so, and you know what? That's what a lot of keeping not only the Black dollar in our community, but keeping the knowledge and things like that. So what me and you are doing are community building. We're networking. And I think a lot of people could take that. And what a lot of us are doing on this platform, I think, is coming together as Black people. For the most part, I know you have different ethnicities and cultures that come on your line, but and that's why, not necessarily commenting on the young lady, but I keep hearing people who sound to be of African descent come on your line, and it's like if we look at Black people as a brand, they keep killing the brand. Like the white people don't even have to do it no more. because I want to ask every black person that called in here, when was the last time you said something positive about a black person? And if you can't remember, I think that's a problem within yourself. And so in terms of everyone else can get along except for black people, I keep hearing that. And the more you say it, the more you believe it. But if that's the case, then why is there Mexican gangs? Why is there an Italian mob? Why is there all these different, like, there's infighting amongst all groups. You know what I mean? And so we keep comparing ourselves to other people, but other groups are killing themselves and they're doing drugs. It's not necessarily a black problem, even though there's issues within black people. Don't get me wrong, but I just, it's hard for me to continue to hear black people talk bad on black people. Like, when we gonna stop that?
Okay, well, if somebody's wrong, they're just wrong. You know,
well, okay. I mean, so isolate them. You isolate them, but don't make it a race thing. If they're wrong, let them be wrong. Don't say, like, for example, I'm gonna give you a prime example.
Well, the camera is.
I'm gonna give you a prime example. Right, but we can't control that. We got to be smarter and know. Okay, we don't control the camera, and we know that they have a mission with what they're doing, with how they control the camera.
When people attack black people for acting ignorant, it's other black people attack other black people for acting ignorant. We're letting them know that the odds are against us. Quit feeding the enemy. These kids are putting this negative energy out here themselves on social media. They're putting it out there.
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask this.
Give it into the stereotype.
Let me ask this question. When El Chapo got arrested, and he one of the biggest drug dealers of all time, did anyone say that he made Mexicans look bad?
I'm quite sure a whole lot of people said he made Mexicans look bad. When you think of Mexico,
I didn't hear it not once.
No, but then when you think of Mexico, you think of Mexico as being a drug cartel country. And it is controlled by the drug cartel, but does that mean every Mexican person that live in there is a part of the drug cartel?
Not at all. And then look, one of the biggest gangs in the world is MS-13, a Mexican gang. But why don't we hear Mexican people talk bad about Mexican people? Black people always say, oh, Mexicans stick together.
Something about Mexican people. So Mexican people are being talked about, blacks and Mexicans. The magnifying glass is on blacks because they want to control us. They want to annihilate us. And if our people,
but we're doing that.
Putting it
but with all due respect, sir. When you came on the line, you said, "Well, I'm gonna tell you why black people don't get along with." And so we're doing the work. Like, if we do a better job at talking about our brand and black people as a brand, I think we could do better. That's all I'm saying.
Everything, well, yeah, and I work for a paper. All they want to talk about is the positive stuff about black people when all hell is breaking loose right around where they offices at. You got to talk about the good and the bad at the same time. Unfortunately, we are the ones that's in the news every night because we don't control.
But again, we don't control that, right? But at least what we can control is what's coming out of our mouth. We got to protect our black brand better. We got to talk about each other, even if we know there's some negative stuff going on. We gotta talk up us better.
Our actions. We can't just say that what we're doing. We can't say that the music that's being made by our young people who are being paid millions of dollars to make this music and poison the minds of other young people. And you got other parents who are not raising their kids. We can't ignore that fact either. We got to be accountable.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question.
We got to be accountable.
Right. Let me ask you this question. How are they getting their music heard?
Through radio stations that are owned by Jews, or should I say, well, I'm not going to say the word, but owned by the so-called Jews.
Right. So we have to hold the people accountable whose platform they put this on. Right, but they don't have their own platform, so maybe we can hold the people who have these streaming services accountable too.
Right. What's about to happen here in Chicago, I don't know if you know it, it's not being publicized, but there's an ordinance that's about to be introduced to City Hall. And if they pass that ordinance, the radio stations that's playing that music are going to reap some serious repercussions for playing it.
I hope and pray that they do.
And I really hope
that it does pass.
Okay.
Because there's too many kids dying on the streets of this city. You could be out there and you could get shot and killed. and not know that there's
because all the garbage that they're playing on the radio. And I hope and pray that passes.
I mean, we as black people got to come out and say we're not going to allow this to be in our neighborhood.
Right.
We got to take a stand too.
Let me say this.
It's not that me personally is talking negative. I have spoken good about. There's a lot of young black people out here that's doing good things, and they're not getting the publicity that they need because it's overshadowed by this negative music that's being played. You know.
Well, let me ask this real quick. Can I just say one thing? You hear more people talking about not playing R. Kelly than not playing Chief Keef. So I see a problem in that. Now, what he's alleged to do and with little kids underage, that's very bad. But what's worse, murder or that? I don't know. These kids over here killing each other, things like that. But nobody's saying turn their music off.
I got to
people are so quick when you say pedophile. They're so quick to jump on.
He was wrong, right?
And don't have.
Yeah, he was a pedophile. He was totally wrong. I told you, I'm gonna stand on my word. I'm standing on my word.
I can't believe it because I know how the white media tears you down. I can't believe it unless I got the facts myself. Not that I don't believe it, but they have torn black people down. They said Michael Jackson was a pedophile, and you wasn't. They said,
it's happening right here.
Take a plan to continue using our service.
Okay. All right. Cut off. I'm sorry, people. I'm so sorry. It cut off. I used up all my time. I'm so sorry, people. I didn't hang up on nobody. It just it made me use all my time. We probably could just use the regular phone. Hold on, people. All right. I used up all my time. Hold on, people. This is still live, uncut, unedited. Let me get to my phone. I didn't hang up on nobody. I just want to let everybody know that. I didn't hang up on nobody. You can call in 872-297-6389. I did not hang up on anyone, so I said it was getting good. I was listening too. See, I'm learning too, people. I'm learning as well. I'm really learning. When I tell y'all I'm learning. And the comments was great, still good, great. Guys, I didn't hang up on you. I promise you I didn't. I'm trying a new phone software, and it's time is up. It gave me enough free time, so I got to start paying for subscription. So that's what happened there. So I didn't hang up on nobody. So I don't know nobody saying, hey, you hung up on. Okay, there we go. Hey, Carl, I didn't hang up on you. I didn't hang up. Hold on. Hey, Carl, I didn't hang up on you because, you know, the paid subscription, you got to pay for it now. All right. 872-297-6389, people. I got room for 2 more callers. Come on, brother. Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead, finish.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
I wanted to address him about the R. Kelly situation.
Mm-hmm.
Sex trafficking is happening right here in Chicago, and we don't want to accept that, okay? I don't feel sorry for him. Give him his time. He had no business going up to the he was going up to the high school, getting these girls, and the principal was letting him go in the school to get them. So the principal got fired, all of them got fired.
I like that. I like people holding them accountable. So that's the same thing. If we've seen people march up to the radio station telling them to not play R. Kelly, well, you need to do the same thing with all this other music that is perpetuating certain.
That's right. Hold
Right.
everyone accountable, because the music got something to do with it too.
Right.
That's
so it may be difficult to go to the youth, but guess what? I'm gonna go to the top. I'm gonna put pressure on the people who run YouTube and Snapchat and all these services that this is the platform what they can put it on. If they don't have no platform, how they gonna get their music out?
Right. And guess what? I'm gonna keep this 100 with you. It's good to have a white friend, because they can get your message across. They could all you gotta do is put it in black and white. Black and white goes a long way.
I see nothing wrong with that. The only thing is sometimes I don't trust them to have our best interests at times, because there's a lot of white people who run these services that's allowing this music to be played. So do they really have our best interests at times?
Yeah, that's true. But we gotta save us. We gotta save our own youth. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
read a comment 2 weeks ago on Facebook said that our youth is the new KK. No, I'm not gonna speak that over our youth. I still pray for our youth every morning. I'm praying for all our kids. Don't
Yeah.
nobody gonna lose
Hold
their
on, ma'am.
child.
Hold on. Hey, Marcus, that old number ran out on me, so I'm bringing you in. Hold on.
Yeah,
It ran out. I'm sorry. I got to renew some more time on it. Okay, we're going to do this. Bring you in. Okay. I'm sorry, sister. Go ahead. I got Marcus on the line back. He's back again. Go ahead, sister.
All right.
Go ahead, sister.
Okay. So all I was saying was go to the source. Go to the
Definitely.
head.
I'm right there with you.
Go to the head. I don't need no middleman. Let's go straight to the head. And yes, this music, that ain't no music to me. That ain't no music that I was brought up on. That ain't no music.
Mhm. But you know what? Music is always pushed to limit. And I'm not to make it give no excuses about it, but music has always talked about sex and violence and drugs. You know, every generation they've had a problem with the messaging and the type of suggestive language, no matter what it's been. You know what I mean? And so even the Star Spangled Banner and all, it's problematic no matter what when people express themselves and talk about what's going on and what they might want to do. You know what I mean? It's all every generation they've had an issue with a certain type of music and the messaging that it was given.
Okay.
So
You know, I grew up on rap music, but this rap music today is just too. It's one thing to put it in a 5-year-old or 4-year-old's head. You know, that's to me, that's you're playing that type of music around those type of kids, and they're reciting it. They know that better than they know how to know the ABCs.
But
They
guess
know
what?
that better than what they should know.
Well,
And they're
let
going out
me ask you this.
that lifestyle because they don't have no
Hey,
job.
y'all, I got to hold on 1 second, caller. Hey, caller, where you calling from?
I'm calling from New York.
Hey, New York. Hold on. I got maybe 1 or 2 in front of you, but just hold on, okay?
Okay.
All right, I got a New York caller in the house, y'all. I want to hear what she got to say. Let's give her a pass.
Okay.
I'm gonna push up already. Come on, New York. Come on. I'm gonna bring you up front. I'm pulling you up front. Now I might get cussed out later, but come on, New York. Come on.
It's all right. It's all
All
right.
right.
Good night, everyone. I think everyone has valid points, right? It all starts from home, but it's so much. It's so deep seated because we have a lot of parents that are raising their kids and trying to instill things into them that we think they should instill to them that they lack themselves, right? So then we turn out to have these kids that grow up and, you know, we sit electronic devices in front of them because we can't be bothered. We're trying to find ourselves and, you know, it's all a mess. And, you know, we're trying to find our direction, our footing, where it's probably a single parent home and, you know, you're working, you're juggling, you don't have the time to put in the kids. It's just such a broken system, right? So these kids grow up and they grow up and they're trying to find identity. Half of them are even lost out here, right? So they look to the music, they look to you know, like what is projected and what looks like it should feel good and you know, like will make us look good and have some value. And it's just identity. And they look for it because they're actually lost. They are lost souls. They are completely lost souls out here. And you know, with this Shanquella's case, I think, you know, jealousy was definitely you know, one of the things that played a major role in it. And I don't think it was so much of, you know, it could have been jealous of appearance or, you know, what she may have had and all those things. But 9 times out of 10, these kids in this era now, they are jealous because they can be jealous of you just because you seem genuinely happy. And they don't have that happiness because they don't know what it is. Because if you don't know who you are and what your real identity is, how could you be happy? It's like you're searching in the cloud for nothing. You don't even know what you're searching for. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's really bad, and it's just all systematic, right? And everyone knows this. We get this, and we have no problems with coming up with why are these things happening. The major problem is that we cannot seem to come to a solution, right? Everyone just across the board, like, we can't pull together and get this solution, because you know what, like, it's just so much bigger. It's just so much bigger. And then, you know, you like have someone, like, I'm 45, right? So I was, you know, like, my parents raised me very Southern. Both of my parents are from the South, right? They raised me very Southern. You know, it was show me your friends, tell me who you are. You know, it was like, you know, the company you keep, you know, you don't associate yourself with certain things if that's not what you want for your life. You know, all those things was instilled in me as I grow up, right? But then I also had friends whose parents were like, just let them do whatever, right? Like, they just was like, kids will be kids. And that, and when you take on that outlook, that's just not the case. I think you just spoil the kids. You just spoil everything. Like,
let me ask you a question, Miss New York. Don Tyson said, "What's your solution, Mama?"
I just really think, like,
I'm listening. You still there? You still there? What? That's a good question, though.
I don't really. I mean, it totally is. It's an absolute clear question, but you know, I don't have all the answers to it, right? Because it goes according to individual households, and we can't tackle them all. I think parents first and foremost need to be parents, right? They need to stop trying to be their kids' friends and be parents. There's a thin line with that. You get what I'm saying? Like, everyone wants to be friends, like smoke weed with you, hang out, have all your friends. No. Cut it off. You know what I'm saying? You can have an open dialogue and have your kids be comfortable with coming to you and discussing certain matters and being completely open with you without being their friend. Remain a parent. And I think a lot of it is, you know, a lot of kids are afraid to, you know, like, come to their parents because of judgment. They deal with so much judgment from their peers. So think about it. If you have a judgmental parent, right? And you have a parent that kind of puts you down, and, you know, the least little thing that they don't agree with or they don't like, instead of them trying to approach it in a, you know, like a productive manner where you just, like, don't feel like you're being attacked in your own home because you get that from the outside.
Now listen, you New York, you real good at diagnosing the problem, but we need some solutions. So, you know, we need some.
The solution is first of all, be a parent. Stop being your friends. Stop being so judgmental. What works for you growing up? See, I have kids too, right? So I know, like, me telling my kids, like, oh, show me a company you keep, and you know, like, saying the things that my parents said to me is not going to work with my kids.
Well, how you know that? Well, how you know that? How you know that? How you know that?
Because I've tried. Like, my oldest son, for instance, like, he hung out with a couple of guys, and, you know, like, I didn't think they were good company. Instead of me, like, saying something like, oh, you know, that's not good company or whatever, you know what? I was very diplomatic the way I approached it. And I asked him certain questions that made him think about, to trigger those questions in his head, like, why is she asking me that? And try to look at his company as different. Sometimes we don't put enough energy into, like, energy and thought into really approaching things in a manner where we consider the other individual, whether they're kids, adults,
hold on. Let me help you out, Miss New York. I'm 54. You 45, 44. Let me just help you out. I'm going to just say this. A lot of us regret the way we was raised. But a lot of us, we regret that. And so when we come up, the first thing we say, I'm not going to do my children the way I've done like that. But remember, a lot of things that our parents did to us, knowingly or unknowingly, it helped us. We understood as we became adults. We understood.
Totally.
Now, let me say this. A lot of us went to school. Hold on, sister. Hold it, sister. Hold it. I'll let you talk now. I'll let you rattle. Let me rattle a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, okay. A lot of us, we went to school. We didn't have the different designer clothes that the other children have. And I remember I never got what I wanted for Christmas. When I get to school, I'm lying about what I got. But my thing is, as parents, we should not buy our children everything that we didn't have coming up. My motto, a solution. We should teach them everything that we didn't know. That's the main thing. You got parents right now, if the child hair is not cut right or the weave not done right, well, just stay at home because I don't want you to get teased. Sometimes our children need to get teased so they can know they have to be social people. We living in an age where a lot of people don't talk to each other. They on the internet. They sit right next to each other and talking and networking. We need to go back to the old-fashioned values when we sit at the dinner table. Marcus talked about that earlier today. Put your cell phones down. Let's talk to each other. Let's communicate each other. Mom, put your cell phone down. Son, daughter, put your cell phone down and talk to each other. How was your day? How did your day go? What was you doing? See, a lot of us was raised in church. A lot of us not churchgoers. We despise that, but it did put a fear in us. We did acknowledge that there is a God. Now, we may not understand all the whole Bible from A to Z. We might not understand this, quote scriptures, but it put a fear in us, a reverence. The Bible said the beginning of fear is the beginning of wisdom. So listen, we're dealing with a generation that has no fear, that has no respect for their parents. Why? It's our fault as parents. It's our fault because we tried to do it different from our parents, and look at the results. Look at the results. A lot of women, we still talk about Shanquella, a lot of women. We have a lot of independent women right now that they don't need no man, and they probably right. They have their career, their job, their bank account, their home. But guess what? Look at their children. Look at the fruits of their labor that they're controlling. Their children is out of hand. They out here shooting, carjacking, robbing, and stealing and killing and stuff like that. It's because we have broken up the family structure, people. If you want to destroy a race of people, break the family up. That's all you have to do. You turn the woman against the man and the man against the woman. And y'all know women, y'all got to be honest, that there's a role reversal right now. It's the women that got the job. It's the women that got the big money. And you know, and look, when the role is reversed, what else? What you think? Something good gonna come out of it? Come on, you can't plant no seed in the dead of winter time and expect it to spring up. You got to plant a seed in the right seasonal time. So what I'm telling y'all, people, we got to go back to the old-fashioned values. We got to love on our children. I'm not saying that we got to beat them all the time, every time they do something wrong with a belt. I'm not saying that. But we have to show them what accountability is. Hey, listen, son, you don't have cable for the...
It starts with us,
right? But,
so how can a parent teach accountability if they don't have it themselves?
But listen, they can't. Come on now. Listen, remember what I said. A lot of us despise our upbringing. So by us despising our upbringing, we're going to think we're going to do it better than our parents the way they did us. Listen, my parents cussed me out, verbal abused me, but guess what? I'm still here. I'm still here. Yeah. I'm still here. My mother used to tell me all the time, you'll never be, you're going to be in jail. So guess what? I proved her wrong. I purposely, I said, I'm going to show my mom that I'm going to be something, and I'm not going to be sitting in nobody's jail. And I'm here today to tell a story. Look at me now. So I'm telling us parents, we have to get back to the old-fashioned values. We got to stop giving all these material things, these tablets, these phones, these designer clothes, these long hair extensions, these nails, these eyebrows, these tattoos. We're doing too much, and they're not, hold on, sister, and they are not gaining it. They're not earning it. My brother that's on the line right now, he have a 14-year-old daughter. He told me, he said, I asked my daughter for her grades. What she don't know, I'm not gonna give enough for Christmas if her grades are not right. I'm not gonna do that, and I respect that. Brother, go ahead and tell us a best story if you want to tell it that we talked about today about your daughter.
Yeah, so
Tell us the story. Go ahead.
We got a family group chat, and pretty much just to sum it up, my daughter sent everybody the Christmas wish list and sent us a screenshot. And I said, well, look, send me the screenshot or send the family the screenshot of your grades. And she wasn't prepared to do that. Now, I'm prepared for her to have no gifts whatsoever and be perfectly content with that because these gifts are a direct reflection of the work you've put in, the discipline you've had, the things you've been doing. Now, I don't expect no straight A's, but you will not have any gifts underneath that tree if you're not doing what I need you to do. And guarantee if that is the case, next Christmas, I guarantee she's gonna be on point. So I'm not too concerned about it's a quote unquote holiday and she's supposed to get something. That's earned.
Right.
And I get that from my parents.
That's real parenting. That's old school type of parenting.
And that's what we're gonna have to go back to that, Mama. I'm gonna let you talk, Mama. We cannot start trying to discipline our children when they stand at 6 feet, 6'1" to 6'5", 6'7". It's too late. They big.
Right.
You can't wait till that long. We have to tackle that at a young age. We have to groom them. Go ahead, my sister. I want you to talk because I know you got a lot to tell. But come on, talk, sister.
I think when they do stuff like when they give their kids all this materialistic stuff and they do everything for the outside image is a displaced of compensation, right? When they should be giving them internally, like feeding their internal souls, like letting them, you know what I'm saying? Giving them the love, encouragement, words of encouragement. You barely see, like I've been out in public and I hear how, you know, like women my age or even younger talk to their kids and it's like, no, like where's the reinforcement? Like my mom and my dad always took me in their arms and hugged me and told me, you know, I can do anything I put my mind to. There's not talks out there like that. So instead of those talks, you know what they do to make the kids feel good? They buy them these games and $1,000 sneakers and they put hair weave in their hair because they want to keep them up at the time and they're letting them know it's okay. Like it's starting from them because at that moment when they do things like that without being like, it's just given just for a conversation, not a reward, not because you have good grades, not because of anything other. It's just because I need you to be in the clique. Like this is what's happening out there. So and you're teaching them. You don't really have an identity. So it's whatever you see out there. I'm going to give it to you so you can fit in.
I want to ask you a question. Hold it. I need to say the number 872-297-6389. That's the only number that's operating right now. 872-297-6389. Sister, can I ask you a personal question? You don't have to answer it.
Sure. No.
The way your parents embrace you, did you display that with your children?
I have 2 boys, right? And I also was a single mother. No,
right? hold on. Regardless of you single.
Listen, I did, Martin, but I didn't do it as much because I had boys and because I had no man to show them sort of like how to be a man. I didn't want to, you know, like it was a thin line. Like I didn't want to baby them and not have that, you know, like that strength in them. Like I didn't know how to teach them to be a man. So I didn't want to teach them to be too, you know, needy. You get what I'm saying? It makes sense to you. I don't know if it kind of makes sense to you, but I didn't give them words words of encouragement. Totally. But I embraced them, but not as much as, you know, I didn't want them to have, you know, they have that need to be that kind of wuss, if you know, without the lack of better words.
Well, let me ask you a question. If you had to do it all over again, what would you change?
If I had to do it all over again, Martin, I would have definitely had more mentors, more male figures on board, more strong male figures on board, you know, and I would have like it. I would have had more resource. Like I would have looked for more resources just to, get them more prepared for manhood.
Okay.
They're pretty good kids. Like they've never gotten in trouble. They both went to college. My oldest graduated. My youngest is in his second year. And I had my oldest when I was fairly young, but I did what I needed to do with the help of, my family, and just because I was my mom told, I knew I had disappointed them to a certain extent because I did have my oldest son fairly young. And, I was a straight A student, very smart at school. So I feel like, it was a disappointment. I snuck around, got caught up, hit it, and, it is what it is. Right. But I had to prove to them, I screwed up, but I'm going to make this work. I'm not going to be on the system. I'm going to go to school. I'm going to finish school. I'm going to need a job and I'm going to raise. And that's what I did. But if I could do it all over again, I would have waited. Because I would have been a little more, prepared, and I would have been a little bit more knowledgeable. I would have had more to give them. Now, my second son, I made sure that he was, I had a little more mentors, but, it's just not the same. For a single mother, it's just not the same.
You're making excuses. It's a young. Hold on.
Can I chime in?
Yeah.
Can I chime in real quick?
Go ahead.
Best I could.
Hold on, sister. Let my brother chime in. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Just real quickly. It's a few things because I want to speak to the young lady and to the older gentleman who I was talking with earlier. I just want to hit on a few little points and I'm gonna give the floor back. So I was talking about music, just to hit on this real quick, and then I'm gonna circle back. Back in the day when I was a shorty, there was something called grown folks music. And so when we look at drill music, we think that it's so inappropriate. They promote this and that. But even when I was young, there were things in music that were adult themed that was deemed inappropriate for kids. And kids have always been trying to access things that they're not supposed to access. So I just want to put that out. A lot of things that we're seeing today, we think that it's new and it's just the news of the day. A lot of that stuff has been going on. None of these issues that we're talking about have happened in the last 2-3 years. This stuff has been ongoing. It's been maybe more intense, but I think these themes have been ongoing. But Martin, I just want to a hypothetical or a rhetorical question I want to ask you. How many people from your generation on back have called your live and said, you know what, Martin, we failed the kids? Now, I've heard people talk about black people. I've heard people try to hold them accountable, but I'm talking about people in their 60s, 50s, 40s.
They don't say it.
To say, you know what? Exactly. Thank you.
They don't say it.
The reality of it is, to the sister's point, there is no more traditional two-parent households. You know what I mean? Single parent is the new normal. And black people aren't.
You know what?
But hold on, let me just get this off real quick.
Okay.
So I think that the single parent is the new normal, but black people aren't always to blame for our current condition. You know what I mean? And so we know that there are some systematic things that have happened that have taken the man out the household and kind of fed to us not being together. Yet we do have to display restraint and discipline when we navigate these white systems, understanding that this particular system was built against us and set up for us to fail. So before anything else, I think though, that there's some internal healing that needs to take place. Before anything else happens, our families are broken. And again, a lot of times it's not our fault, but a lot of times it is. It's a lot of these young men that's not being fathers to their kids. And you have a young man or a young woman that don't have their dad in their life is chaotic. And so we need to, as black people, do internal healing. We need to go to therapy. If you see some guys out there on the corner and they spending more time with their guys than they are with their kids, challenge that man to go spend some time with his kid. And so there's some internal healing that needs to take place, but understand, no matter if we're in the ideal situation, this system was still not set up for us. So we're still gonna go against that, no matter if we're in the best of condition we ever were. We still are in a system that was built but us as property, seen as 3/5 of a human. So we still gotta understand, it's not an excuse, but we gotta understand the game we play. Get off their drugs, get off their alcohol, try to get our family back in order. You know what I mean? But it's so many different things. But this stuff didn't begin today. It didn't begin with drill music. It didn't begin with the Desperate Housewives. This stuff been going on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hand it back.
Martin, if I may.
Go ahead, Marcus.
No, it didn't begin with drill music. It didn't begin with the Bad Girls TV show, reality TV show. And yes, there was bad music out back then. But let me also add, because I came up as a kid myself listening to what they called gangster rap. But because I had a loving and caring parent,
Yes.
if she heard me listening to that music, she didn't go and snatch the tape out the radio. No, she didn't do that. She explained to me that those are entertainers. Don't just listen to that music. I also came up with a variety of music. Before rap hit the scene, we were dancing to disco, R&B, and all of that. And so our generation caught that part of the positive music. What you have now, honestly, what you have now that's being played on the radio waves, I'm going to call it the way I see it. That is garbage. That ain't music. You can't dance to that.
Yeah, I grew up electric.
That's garbage.
Exactly. I grew up doing the electric boogie, right? There was no gyrating. I don't remember gyrating on anyone. Like it was just totally different. Like
no, they were shaking it like a tail feather back in the 60s. Don't do that.
Your parents kept you away from that music. They didn't allow you to, even if the radio stations played it, they would walk in the room and cut that part. But the radio stations wasn't playing it like they're playing it now. And then telling you to stop the violence, and then they playing something a few minutes later that's about killing, stealing, and all of that. That was control. There were real parents back then. There was some type of control. That's the difference. That music was there, but it was hidden.
You're right. And yeah, we're speaking about kids, but then there becomes a point in life when you take some responsibility, right? So we can't keep, like, I'm talking about now, like, the young adults and, like the older people. Like, we can't just keep blaming things for the result of what's going on, right? We have to take some responsibility. So just because you listen to something doesn't mean you listen to a song talking about shoot 'em up, bang bang, doesn't mean you should get up and get a gun and go out there and shoot. Like, take responsibility.
Sister, let me say something, sister. You dealing with immature minds, sister. You and I can listen to some kill 'em up and shoot 'em up, bang, bang, and won't go out there and hurt nobody. We talking about teenage 10, 11, 12, 13, impressionable minds. This thing is that's not being raised properly. This is cool. Right. This is cool, sister. So I understand what you said, but let's be in real. Let's bring it in 2022 terms. These young people don't know no better. They think it's cool not to go to school. It's cool to stand on the corner. It's cool to have a pistol. It's cool to join a gang. It's cool to hang out with rappers. It's cool to go to jail, at least get arrested one time. It's cool to carjack. We living in that age, young lady. Let's be honest. And these are our children. And if we don't instill,
I agree.
I know, if we don't instill in them that love and display that love with them, not through tablets, not through computers, cell phones, Jordans, long extensions and weaves and nails and beautiful outfit. That's not it. We need that hug. We need that love. We need that embracing. And as parents, both males and females, please do not play chess with the children, because you and the baby daddy or the baby mama's not getting along. And it hurts the children. It hurts the children. A lot of men that got custody, they playing chess. Women that got custody, they playing chess. Because, hey, you knew he was a bomb when you laid down with him, and he's still a bomb. Vice versa. You knew she was promiscuous, sleeping with this one and that one. You tried to change. It's not going to work. Trust me. Y'all have a beautiful son. You have a beautiful daughter. Y'all got to get busy. That's your best investment. Not the home, not the car, not the boat, not even your education. Is your children. That's your best investment. Because if you over 30, you at the century mark. You at the half century, not 50, because a lot of us not living to see 100. We're not. We're up there somewhere around 70, 65, 70, 80 right there. So if you like around the 35, 30-year age, listen, your life is just almost gone. You got more days probably behind you that you got in front of you. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling us we got to keep it real. And I'm not blaming nobody. I'm talking about us. The things that we can control as a Black family, we need to control it. We need to rule it with a strong arm. A lot of parents, young parents, well, they say we can't whoop our children. And they use that as an excuse. And they let the children, well, I'm going to call the police if you hit me. Well, you better call them because you finna get hit, son or daughter. I'm telling you. Trust me. Go ahead, sister.
And it come out better when you co-parenting, it took something bad to happen in my life. So me and my daughter father, we are the best of friends. We co-parenting. Our daughter can't run no game on us because I called him, he called me. We just didn't get like this. It took us some years to get like this, but that is the best relationship you can have with your, I ain't gonna say baby mama, with your daughter, father, your son, mother, whoever. That's the best relationship you can have. So the child won't run no game on you, won't try to manipulate you, or none of that.
And let me say this. I got to say why it's on my mind. It's fresh. Those of us that's our parents, single parents, no matter if you're a father, have your child, cousin your child, or your mother, quit demonizing the other parent. That's not good. I got a video right now. I could pull up right now. A young man on social media, on TikTok, saying his mother lied, dogged his father out for 25 years. And when he found out that his father was nothing like what his mother told him, he was disappointed. People.
Yeah, and he probably resented her.
Yeah, listen, people, this is the mistake that we make. The children don't deserve this. They didn't ask to come here. They didn't ask to come here. They didn't ask to come here. What we got going between the man and the woman, the husband, boyfriend, and girlfriend, let that be between us and keep the children out of that. We got to stop using them as a pawn. We're messing them up.
And guess what, Martin? I got a 22-year-old and a 16-year-old. I never down my kid father. Always, anything I had to say to them, I will wait until I get to work and call them. But you don't let them speak bad, because that child need both of y'all. Not one of y'all. That child need both of y'all. Both parents. That child really do need both parents.
Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all say the closing comments. I'm out of here. I've been on here long enough. I just want hallelujah. Oh, thank you, Lord. Oh, I'm sorry. I went to church a minute. That's all right. All right, there. Well, hallelujah is the highest praise. Go ahead, sister.
Yeah, I really hope that Daejhanae is prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Like, I am really, and I hope her parents does not let this fall by the wayside. I want them to press this as much as they have this GoFundMe, and I hope they use those funds for legal representation. I just hope that God gives them the strength and the resources and just the mind and the thoughts and everything to just really pursue this, and don't let it go. Do not stop until that. Nothing will be able to bring back Shanquella, but I just, they need to be, they need to be prosecuted.
Preach.
Like
live,
everyone who
uncut.
Was in
That's
room.
right. You're right, sister. You're right. Let somebody else come in. Closing comments, people. We're gonna wrap it up. We're wrapping it up.
All right.
Go ahead, Marcus. Go ahead. Go ahead, Marcus. Go ahead.
I really hope that all of them get prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing I want to close out with saying, I hear a lot of Black women, single Black mothers saying this about they can't teach their sons to be a man. Quit saying that about yourself. That came out of a movie. That's not true. First of all, you got to ask yourself, what is a man? What is your definition of a man? If you put them around the right people, you can teach them how to be a man. Start by taking your children to church or wherever they go. Put them around positive men, men who are about doing something with themselves. And they will gravitate to that. Because to say that you can't teach your son to be a man, you're doubting your own God-given. God can, with God, anything is possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's all I got to say.
I was gonna intervene on that and tell her my little brother is 31 years old. My mom raised my brother, and without God, it's nothing. So yeah, stop down. I'm gonna take Marcus' thoughts. I'm going to start speaking positive thoughts into existence. But I hope they all go to jail. They deserve what they get. I have no mercy on them.
Okay. Anybody else?
All right, Martin. I'm definitely want to just send positive thoughts and prayers to the Robinson family right now. We don't know what's going on and or what happened to her, but we know she's no longer on the earth. So we just want to pray that they continue to heal. And I just want to thank you for giving us the platform to just speak our mind. And I also want to challenge any Black person that is on this live to just monitor the things that come out your mouth in regards to Black people. And if you notice yourself saying more negative than positive things about Black people, maybe you should look at yourself in the mirror and try to find something positive to say.
I agree with that, man. That's all. That's deep. And the church says, amen.
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 Amen, y'all. Thank y'all so much. I'm hanging up on y'all. I got to go. All right, bye-bye. All right. Listen, people, this live, uncut, unedited. And I appreciate every last one of the comments, those that stayed with me to the end. Thank you so much. And we have a number of problems in our community, and the brother was correct. If you find yourself saying more negative things about Black people than positive things, maybe you need to look. Michael Jackson said, look at the man in the mirror. Maybe you need to look at yourself in the mirror, because we have done great things in this country. We have contribute great things. We got blood in this soil, in this country. We have fought in every war, civil wars, World War I, World War II. And matter of fact, we have built this country. We have many adventures that we enjoy today, right now, if it wasn't for Black people. So I suggest you to watch what you say. The scripture said the power of life and death is in the tongue. You can speak life and you can speak death. So be careful what you say. Thank you so much. This is live, uncut, and unedited. Peace out, people. Live, uncut,